What is going on, you guys? What's going on? Hope you guys are having the best day of your entire life. So I want to do a training on how to 3x your fitness goals in 2025. Now, I was talking on my Instagram story today about how I went to the gym for the past 2 days. I actually just got back from the gym, took a shower, looking jacked, got my freaking awesome shirt on, Kino Body, Bamboo. They don't sell anymore, but it's a pretty cool shirt. But while I was at this gym, I saw so many new faces. And it happens every year. I've been working out for about 11 or 12 years now. I've been super serious about it for like 9 years. Through the stomach disease, through my dad passing away, the depression, anxiety, all that, I've never missed a full week outside of the gym. And I always see new faces, and it always makes me excited to see new people trying things because there might be like one or two people that commit to it. But there's always 90% of people who start their fitness goals on New Year's for their New Year's resolutions. I don't see them for like another 2 years. And so I know that, yes, there's a lot of people in the gym right now, but there's 90% of those guys won't be back until 2026 or 2027 or 2030, right? Or they just give up completely. And I was asking myself, what is the difference between my clients who come into the program and they lose 30 pounds in 6 months, or they lose 50 pounds in 6 months, or like my client Josh, you lose 70 pounds in 6 months, or you lose 100 pounds in a year, like my client Brian. What is the difference between people who lose 30, 50, 60, 100 pounds and those who never show up again? And it comes down to lifestyle. But I'm not talking about lifestyle in the aspect of you have to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice 5 times a day. I'm not even talking about lifestyle in the aspect where you have to meal prep. I'm talking about lifestyle outside of your fitness. Because what a lot of people don't understand is you don't have to make fitness 100% of your lifestyle, but what you do outside of your fitness focus 100% dictates your weight loss. 100% dictates not even your weight loss, but how consistently you show up. Not even how consistently you show up, but how your mind thinks about your weight. Because a lot of people are hanging around with different people or are in environments where they commit to something really hard, like going to the gym, like tracking their calories, which can be very frustrating when you're first trying to figure it out, or making it a habit to track your macros, or meal prepping, something that maybe it's new to you. You surround yourself with people who tell you it's okay. It's okay to be 30 pounds overweight. It's okay to not be able to touch your toes at 30 years old. It's just getting older. It's okay not to bend down and, pick your son up without your knees hurting. It's fine. It's okay for you to be 20 years old and already 40 pounds overweight and not do anything about it. And by the time you're 50, now you're 70 pounds overweight. It's okay. But it's not. And usually the people who tell you it's okay to stop are people who were struggling in their 20s, and now they're 50 and they're 70 pounds overweight. It's okay to them. They genuinely believe it's okay to be overweight because that's the life that they live. But a lot of the times, you guys who surround yourself with people who go to bars, who go to clubs, who do the alcohol thing, who eat at buffets and go out to eat constantly and don't meal prep and don't go to the gym, a lot of you guys surround yourself with these people and they convince you that it's okay, but when you look at these people, you're like, I don't want to be like that. I'm going to ruffle some feathers when I say this next statement, but fat people talk more crap about other fat people than people in shape. So many people are intimidated to go to the gym because of people like me who have a six-pack, who've been going for so long, and who maybe look intimidating because I grunt when I lift really heavy and I'm really intense when I'm in the gym. And you guys are intimidated by us, but you listen to people who talk bad about you for being overweight behind your back. They're talking bad about you for being 300 pounds when they're 370 pounds, but you're listening to them tell you that it's okay. And so environment and people who you are hanging around with is pillar number 1 of if you want to lose weight, cut out the toxic people or cut out the people who are telling you it's okay to not be confident, to not have energy, to not be mobile, to not be able to live a normal life. It is not normal to be 23 to 50 years old and not be able to touch your toes. Not be able to squat down without pain. Not be able to, reach up and be able to stretch your lats and your shoulders to grab something on the top shelf and not feel pain. That's normal to not feel pain doing these things, but it's abnormal. It shouldn't be normal to just do this. It should not be normal to feel pain in your freaking shoulders when you're just doing this. but most of you guys have it. And then you listen to people who also have it, who you don't want to be like, because fat people talk more crap about fat people than fit people talk about fat people. But most people point the blame at people who are better than them or who they have envy from. So get away from people who are pulling you back and kind of holding you back, all right? And the second thing that I want to talk about is, where are you getting your dopamine from? Where are you getting your dopamine from? You have to look at your lifestyle outside of just fitness, like I was saying before, and outside of just the community. What are you doing when you're not hanging out with anybody? Where are you getting your dopamine from? Where are you getting the things that make you feel so good to where it's like, man, I feel accomplished, or man, that feels really good? Is it vaping? Is it running? Is it watching Netflix? Is it hitting PRs and records in the gym? Is it eating McDonald's, or is it eating a homemade burger that you made that has 40 grams of protein? That tastes amazing, right? You have to understand where you get your dopamine from. You have to understand where you get these feel-good chemicals from. Because what makes you feel good is what you're going to consistently go back to. And it's not about getting rid of the video games. It's not about getting rid of the McDonald's. It's not about getting rid of nights out with your friends or the buffets. It's about balance. You either balance it or you replace it. And so the biggest thing that I recommend is, most people are doing 90% dopamine things that are ruining their life and putting them in a more unhealthy or unconfident space, and only doing 10% of things that are making them better. If you guys could flip that around and do 90% of things that are making you better, and then spend 10% of your time doing things that you enjoy, but that don't add any value to your life would still level up. Even if you did 80% of things on an 80% basis of like going to the gym, and that's like where your focus is, taking care of yourself, leveling up in that regard, if you still did 20% of going out maybe once a month, going out to eat maybe once every other week, right? Watching Netflix after you hit all 3 of your workouts for the week, right? Watching Netflix on Tuesday because you worked out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? Like, having this balance is okay. But if you sacrifice your workout for Netflix on Monday, and you say you're going to do it tomorrow and then you don't, that's a problem. If you sacrifice your meal prep because you want to go to McDonald's 3 days this week, that's a problem. If you go out to the bars and the clubs Friday and Saturday, every Friday and Saturday, not only are you spending hundreds of dollars a month just to burn it away, to feel miserable about yourself the next day, but you're also neglecting your health. Okay, and so you have to think about, where are you getting your dopamine from? Who are you hanging out with? What's influencing you? Which brings me to number 3. A lot of people don't understand what influences them on a deeper level. Your friends, we know that. Your environments, we know that. But what are you watching and reading and taking in on a daily basis on social media, on YouTube, on Netflix, on articles? Are you podcast? Are you like listening to drama podcasts all the time? If that is the case, you're going to be into drama a lot, right? It's going to be a negative aspect in your life because you're going to be hunting for that in your real life, and it's going to ruin relationships, and it's going to stress you out, right? And stress is going to raise your cortisol, and cortisol makes it to where it's hard to build muscle, but easy as ever to hold on to that body fat, right? Are you taking in, the food reviewers, right? Because if you're taking in food reviewers, you're going to want to eat a lot of the foods that they're reviewing, and a lot of times it has like 50 grams of fat, 20 grams of protein, and a bazillion carbs, and like 1,000 calories. And so you're going to go and intake these things. Now, I'm not saying you have to be super like strict about what you watch. Like, you don't have to sit there on Instagram and be like, food reviewer, going to take that out. This dude's in drama, let me take it out. But if that is all you are taking in, once again, 80-20 rule. If you're taking in 80% drama, fast food, distractions, lazy mentality, victim mentality on your social media or what you're reading, that is going to play a role in how you act on a daily basis. And if you don't believe me, spend the next 4 weeks. Every single morning, wake up, and the first thing that you do, turn on a motivational podcast or a motivational video and listen to the people who are like millionaires who have a good message about taking care of yourself, right? Or listen to videos like you're listening to right now. Do that every single morning for the next 4 weeks and start your morning off with that. All right? On the way to work, your drive to work, at the gym, whatever it is, you're going to start thinking differently. Because what you take in and who you listen to changes your perspective on the world, and your perspective changes the way that you think. And the way that you think changes the way that you act, and the way that you act changes the results on whether or not you can touch your toes or you pull your back just trying to tie your shoes. So it's a big thing. It's a rabbit hole. And so those are the three things, guys. If you want to 3 to 5x your fitness goals and your personal development goals in 2025, you need to look at who you're hanging out with and be brutally honest with yourself. Rebecca talks shit all the time. Me and her argue all the time. Well, I probably shouldn't hang out with her when I'm in this journey to better myself. This person always brings drama. This person always guilt trips me into, drinking 3, 4, 5 different shots when I go out with him or her or them. Oh, this person always makes me get an extra 3 plates at the buffet, or guilt trips me or convinces me to eat these extra carbs. You probably shouldn't hang out with people who are trying to convince you to do things or not work on yourself. Or people who are like, yeah, right, you said you were going to lose weight last year. You probably should not hang out with people who doubt you. All right? Number 2, and number 1, you could just get into a community, like a free community or paid community, or hire a coach to replace those people, because then you're going to be surrounded by the right people and you're going to level up. That's why I have a community in my program. But number 2, when it comes to where you're getting your dopamine, is you have to understand you don't need to get rid of 100% of things that are holding you back, but you need to do the 80-20 rule. 80% of everything that you do should be towards your personal development, losing weight, getting results, or putting on muscle, depending on what your goals are, and getting to the next level in 2025. And then number 3 is going to be the information that you take in. Videos like this that are teaching you personal development, teaching you how to level up and ultimately change your life, are going to be key. If you can listen and learn from people who are where you want to be, whether that's just having a six-pack, having an amazing relationship, having no drama in their life, being able to meditate, like people who have like a freaking Zen mode mindset. Find people who you want to be like, who you look up to, and learn from those people. Whether that's, hiring me for coaching, or watching my free videos, or going on my Instagram where I have literally 8 years worth of free value just plastered on my Instagram, right? There are so many places to learn from amazing people. And for me, bro, this morning, I sent off $200 to work with a business coach or a mentor, not business, but a mindset and personal development coach for the next 4 weeks. Just a course, not even one-on-one coaching. Because I believe in getting in the right groups, the right communities that much that I'm willing to part with $200 to get in there. So because I lead by example, right? And I had a fitness coach the other day, or not the other day, but the other month. We just finished working together. I've had the same, business coach for the past 3 years, going on 3 years now. Because I believe in coaching in every single aspect of my life to get in the right communities so that I'm surrounded by the right people. Instead of watching Netflix, I study what they tell me to study. And instead of taking in the wrong information, I'm just learning from these people. Coaching takes care of all 3 of those things. And so, guys, if you don't do the coach thing, go on YouTube. Learn from the right people. And if you want to know how I can help you lose your next 30 to 50 pounds in 2025, I've had clients even lose 100 pounds in their first 12 months working with me. Message me the word coach on Instagram at BTShreds, BTSHREDZZ. Coaching is not free, but I can give you a free consultation to help you create a game plan together. Message me the word coach on Instagram. Let me know that you're coming from YouTube, and I will talk to you then. Peace.